What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you get an opportunity on the way out, drop a comment. It's really going to help us out here on the channel, and in turn you could see more people find LUNC, and that is the overall goal in 2025. So a common question I keep seeing coming up, there's a lot of talk around it as always, and it's really all revolving around a USTC repeg. Is it going to happen in 2025? Is there a possible chance we could see USTC restored? Some background on USTC going forward. It's really a peculiar situation. When we start to look at everything, we address the situations in hand. We are moving towards the realms of reality. Let's say it's becoming more and more realistic that yes, we could in fact repeg USTC. If you want to call it a repeg, you can. I would just say restoring USTC to some kind of original system. Now, trying to restore USTC back to that original system is complex, and every single repeg attempt normally finds a way to circumvent the market module, but still finds a way to use it. We need to understand that the original system was all based on a mint to burn mechanism that's never coming back unless we can get the Lunar Classic supply down by a decent amount, because effectively if we turned it all back on, we would just start that hyper minting all over again. So with a USTC repeg, right, we've got to address the chain for what it is. What have we been doing to get ourselves in a position that makes it more feasible for us to create this so-called repeg or restoring of USTC? I'm not really a fan of the $1 thesis. I think it's a little bit last year. I think it's old. I don't think it needs to be fixed at $1. In fact, we covered swipe.fun on the channel here, and we can understand how impactful a 1 cent stablecoin would be on an application like swipe.fun, where you're trading meme coins in the same way you would swipe for a date on Tinder. This really is an environment where a 1 cent stablecoin could thrive. Again, these things don't really exist. It would be something new. It would be something brash. It would be something bold. These are the kind of things we want to be looking at and really trying to expand our horizon and think outside the box. So like I was saying in my previous video, we don't want to take the wheel and reproduce it as a circular wheel. We really do need to come in with something completely different. So some of the things we have been working towards is definitely getting that USTC supply down. As a lot of you know, the USTC supply didn't take a massive amount of hyperminting on board. That was more Lunar Classic. UST itself was actually minted to its desired amount over the course of its lifetime leading up to the depeg. So in essence, the USTC supply is now lower than it was before the crash. So this is one of the biggest positives that I'm taking from this entire situation. So again, is the ceramic repeg the repeg that could be the one to fix everything? I don't know, because there's just so many of these repeg ideas. There's more coming up, but something that is really beginning to captivate me is the fact that Justin Sun is unveiling his USDD 2.0 with a 20% APY simply because he has plenty of money. And I said previously, this sounds exactly like Duke One, and what we could see over the course of 2025 is the eventual rise of USDD and then the eventual crumbling of USDD, because 20% APY simply isn't sustainable. Even if you have plenty of money, you're eventually going to run dry. And this is where Lunar Classic as an ecosystem really comes into play. And something that I really like is the idea of introducing a stable coin with 0 fees. This would be one of the most beneficial things that we could introduce into the system. So alongside me wanting to see a 1 cent stable asset, I would also like to see 0 fees on the stable coin if it is reintroduced. So going forward, we can see that Justin Sun is very interested in captivating the market, so to speak, especially now that Thor chain is operational, so to speak, and the next 90 days is going to lead them into a insolvency situation. We really are putting ourselves in a grand position, because like I said, we've gone through a lot of the supply here on Terra Classic. As you know, we went in, we burnt the Anchor funds, we burnt the Mirror Protocol funds, and then TFL committed to burning the Shuttle Bridge assets. This is a significant amount. I mean, we got the overall supply down by around 35%, and there's still around another 35% out there for us to burn through via chain upgrades. So we need to understand what are now the biggest obstacles when it comes down to actually performing some kind of repeg. And you guessed it, it's going to be the Oracle rewards pool. Each and every one of you and every single validator gets an extortionate amount of USTC. And this is a big problem, because if we are to restore USTC and try to bring back the peg, right, well, the peg's going to be attacked. It's going to be attacked by you, your friends, and everybody else that holds USTC. So effectively, all of the USTC rewards in the Oracle rewards pool simply need to go. And what should we do with them? We should burn them. We should completely get rid of the USTC structure, or we should really, really tone it down. And I mean really tone it down, because trying to create a USTC repeg with a distribution of substantial, as we have from the Oracle rewards pool, would be like drilling a load of holes in a bucket and then standing there trying to fill it up, wondering, oh my God, why is this bucket not filling up? Well, because there's loads of holes in it. And this is the same as trying to repeg USTC. Now, the final thing, one of the biggest hurdles, this for me doesn't seem like the biggest hurdle. What I really believe is going to be the biggest hurdle is this chain upgrade to get rid of that 1.86 billion USTC, and then also the further, I think it's 4.8% held across 8 wallets, and there's another 2% held in some kind of liquidity protocol wallet for Project Dawn. We need to address it. We need to go in a video, but again, I believe this is going to be the hardest part of the whole challenge. That is the restoring of USTC, the repeg, whatever you want to call it. I believe this is going to be the hardest part, because many of the validators that have a lot of power on chain are simply going to deny this. They are not going to allow it to happen because they believe TFL needs to do it, or the SEC themselves need to do it. They're not going in. They're not looking at the court documents. So for me, the removing of the USTC from the Oracle rewards pool doesn't seem as complex. You know, it could be far more beneficial for everybody in the future. Removing that, it could bring a hike, for example, in price for the Lunar Classic coin itself, and then also for USTC, because there's just simply not as much going around. And the reason why the market books are so low for USTC is because it was designed on the original system where the distribution was very, and I mean it, very unique, and a very, very small amount that you would gain from your rewards. And then the crash happened, a substantial amount went into the Oracle rewards pool, and the system is still calculating on the original system. So going forward, from my perspective, if you are to want to repeg USTC to $1 to 1 cent, whatever, you need to remove the rewards from the Oracle rewards pool, or you need to reduce them to near nothing. And then we need to go for the LFG reserve funds. This is so important. And then the other 8 wallets that I've been mentioning, I believe they should be left and used as propellant during times where we're possibly leading up to the launch or the restabilization or the repegging of USTC, right? And then we go ahead and we burn that final 4.8% on launch. And that's just smart marketing. That in itself is using and utilizing your environment to benefit the entire ecosystem that we're all part of. Something that I've mentioned many times here before is how Ethereum named their upgrades. And if we go and we look at the 2025 upgrade, it's got a very, very fancy name. It's called Ethereum Pectra Upgrade. You know, it's like cars. Nobody wants to buy a car with a boring name. They're not interested. It needs to be exotic. It needs to be like a very unique word. And these are the kind of things that we need to think about as an overall ecosystem. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think we should have a 1 cent stable asset, or do you think that we should have a $1 stable asset? And do you think that we're walking into the realms of reality? And yeah, aside that, guys, like I said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, comment if you can on the way out. It's really going to help us out here. And aside that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.